Okay, we are on IronRush, no rush, version 3. This is a game from quite a few weeks ago. I'm green. I can't really remember what happens. Let's just get into it. So team 1 left, team 2 right, per usual. So left I've got cashews, orange, me, green. Teal is Cobra Attack. I believe everyone was pretty good. On this town we've got Lextown, Ben Doonigan, and Triggermate. Um, Lots of players have played before. See them in the lobbies all the time. See them in the chat. I've gone down south. I might be doing Navy. I can't remember if I went Allies on this one. We're about to find out, I guess. But yeah, there's some good ways to play Navy on this map, but it's sort of gone. It's not what everyone likes. Okay, I've built a Soviet barracks, so maybe that's a moot point, but we'll see anyway. Get down some infantry. Try and protect against these dogs that are about to come. You can see on the mini map some AI flying in under Iron Curtain. Everyone's Iron Curtain. And here come the dogs. It's cool how they have set that up with the triggers for the map like that. See the dogs. Orange is taking care of most of them. And these ones are all done. Getting out some engineers for later. Useful just to repair MCVs, or maybe try some capture these islands. Otherwise, I'm just scouting a little bit. Gonna hide behind all of this AI and rely on that for now. My team, Orange, he deployed here, I think, and dropped a building, then kept moving. And that's just so he can keep his economy further back and just do all of his production out here. You can base scroll. You've got enough time to do that with a base scroll too, so it's it's kind of neither here nor there in my opinion. Teal starting get some rockets and engineers out, some tanks. Yeah, two harvesters on later versions of these maps that, like including this one, there's a little extra bit of ore here, which just helps. Particularly if you are up north. Although I've just noticed that's asymmetrical. So over here, if your harvester has to go all the way around, it's a bit of a disadvantage. So this is a bit of a gimme just to help out. But yeah, I've only noticed that goes top right and bottom left. Seems to be the way everyone plays, so maybe that's part of it. These guys, nice and cozy. Don't quite know what blues. Okay, blues drops down here, and then he's moved his MCV up here for protection. Yellow, a couple of refineries, a couple of harvesters, lots of rockets, the kennels for the faster production. Red, similar story. So these guys are up and running, off to the races. Well, meanwhile, on my side, you can see it's a pity you can't get rid of that. I've got 3 refineries with spare harvesters. So I've let 3 occur here, which I don't like to do because it clogs up, but I'm sure I'll get on top of that soon. Orange 2 here, but he hasn't got any extra harvesters yet. Teal, okay, he's doing the same thing as blue, going to move his MCV. But yeah, meanwhile, no extra, oh no, sorry, 1 extra harvester. Otherwise, 2 refineries, lots of rockets, a couple of tanks. Really, yeah, needs to get moving. Meanwhile, this is me trying to figure out how to do these kennels. I always let if I'm not careful, I let my economy get out of control with my build speed, and I'm just strapped for cash and I'm hamstrung. So it's sort of, I don't always do this. Yeah, okay, I've worked out what's going on with my harvesters now. Grab those two. Orange. Where's his war factory here? So I guess in the engine, it's determined that this is the closest bit of ore, even though his refineries are all over here. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, he hasn't figured that out yet. I'm sure at some point during the game I'll end up pinging him to warn him. Okay, he's got it now.
Silos needed.
Otherwise, just starting to ease into the game, getting second war factory, spreading the rockets out. Orange getting on top of his economy now. Teal's moved his MCV. Couple of war factories there, so everyone's just starting to get organised. Over here, same story. Couple of refineries, 4 factories for blue. Red's moving along, 5 war factories, 2 refineries. Yellow's up to 4. He's got 2. This guy's got a lot of anti-air rather, a lot of rockets. So do we, I guess, but still, the more you can get, the better. Not sure what's firing. Must have been some paratroopers. Yeah, otherwise, just easing into the game. Another war factory for me, starting to get my tanks organised, bringing them forward. Don't have to fully get in there yet, and you can actually lose a bit to this, so you don't want to just send them in one by one. So we're just waiting till it's a good time, and then we'll move up and occupy this area. Blue is just getting some tanks organised, getting rid of that anti-air cannon. I assume, yeah, someone's done the same up here. So that's always a good move. We haven't done that yet. No one's really going for air yet, although Orange does have the helipad. I guess if he wants it, he can take them out. Otherwise, yeah, another war factory for myself. Just going to be smashing out tanks for the foreseeable future. Still just going with the 3 refineries. Orange, same again, 3. Teal, 3. Blues, still on 2. Red's up to 3 now, with a few extra harvesters. Yellow's on 2. I really just like to get mine sorted out. 3 refineries and 6 harvesters, well controlled, minimum, just to be able to keep up with the tank production. You throw in air, anti-air, and navy on that, you can easily be. I've had games where I've had 5 refineries with 2 harvesters each, and if there's a big battle going on, I lose. Like I can't keep up. I can't save any money because it just gets blown. So yeah, it is very possible to spend a lot of money very quickly and get out of run out of cash. Just dropped a radar dome, so that's going to let me see a bit and get V2s happening. Got a 5th factory now. It's annoying. This is the first one. They always like to spawn here for some reason. Don't really know how to get around that. Whether primary building and then unprimary would do that or not, I don't know. Blue's just skirmishing. Oh yeah, there's me. I've sent some tanks over to try and scout. Managed to get a couple through. So I'm just going to drive them around. Find whatever I can find. Now blue's just trying to do the same to me, so I've moved up.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Awaiting orders.
So you can see without these guys, because we know very little about what's going on over there.
Unit ready. Building.
Teal and I have, well, Orange isn't really at the front line yet, so between us all, we've just let blue
Unit
get
ready.
through there,
Building.
which is unfortunate.
Unit lost.
Reporting
ready.
orders. Acknowledged.
Unit
Meanwhile,
ready.
I'm still over here trying to
Unit
scout.
ready.
They're on top of that,
Unit lost.
so didn't really find out much.
Unit lost. Unit
Now,
ready. Building.
okay, Red's already over here,
Unit lost.
so
Unit ready. Building.
not ideal. And now we can sort of see the game starting to take shape. I'm not very on top of the V2s here, just getting my tanks for free. Teal really needs to bring his units up. Orange needs more. He's only got 4 war factories there. Meanwhile, I'm up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Over on this side, you can see yellow, red, blue. Everyone's just gone in on war factories. Teal has gone off on a bit of a scout, bit of a whatevers. He's not getting through there, and you can just sort of see how much tank power Team 2 has, and they've pretty well contained the middle. Finally cotton onto the V2s. So I'm up to now 8, although it looks like the tank limit's been hit. Teal's just not achieved anything here. Maybe he was going for a scout, but none of them have gotten through, and he's just overwhelming numbers. Often with this game and this map, simply just plugging the holes so that you can't race through is so effective. All you need to do is just get a little bit organised and fill those gaps, which these guys are doing now. And yeah, you just totally get destroyed trying to even think about going over there. So if there's a wide open hole, it's a different story. Or early game, if you're quick, it's a different story. But by now, it's a bit too late for that. Teal and Orange moving their units around. So we'll see how this all lines up. Orange working on some air. I've spread all my rockets out. It's just more effective that way. It's not the worst position, but yeah, a couple of wasteful attacks there sort of put us behind, and Orange a bit slow, maybe because they went air pretty early, so they were a bit slow on the war factories. So tank numbers don't look great, but you know we can hold here. It's very hard to attack. So we'll just see how this develops. Teal's just taking out these ships that were left behind by the AI. Red, huge army. Yellow, huge army. Blue, huge army. I think the small, like I'm the biggest army here on my side, and I think I'm about the same as their smallest army. So not ideal. Yellow working on air. So rocket, we've hit the unit limit on infantry and tanks. Air's the only thing left. So looks like yellow and orange are the only two who got a head start on air. So they're working on that. See how they decide to use it. Orange just dropped a few war silos around, maybe make it a little bit harder for engineers to get at his MCV if that becomes a thing. Otherwise, yeah, we're here. And I might end up just skipping through and doing more highlights because if this game is just a stalemate, then it gets a bit boring. Yellow, he's building out. So there's a tactic I like to do sometimes as well. Just placing the airfields like that because they're hard to kill and that just makes it so much harder. Like if you manage to get a few tanks through, there's only 2 squares, 3 squares they can get through now. Um, it just helps buy you time to get your tanks around, or you can just build them, let them die. It's a useful buffer um, that becomes quite productive. Okay, so I've just jumped forward a minute. Yellow's kept going with that. They've decided to go on a big tank push. And yeah, I mean, overwhelming numbers. Teal's gone. No tanks. I'm trying to get some of mine around to help him. I have to leave these guys here, otherwise Blue's just going to walk in, but just getting V2'd now and not really fighting back. Yellow is keeping us very occupied, and now Red's getting around, and he's going to be able to get into our back of our base pretty easily. So yeah, pretty poor coverage there from Team 1. Meanwhile, Team 2, Blue's got a bit of an air force happening, so I don't know what's happening. Orange has all of that. Yellow must have used his choppers because he's built a lot of MiGs, and Blue has a lot of MiGs now, and usually the air limit should be full by now if you just look at Orange. Maybe let's go find out the mystery of Yellow's choppers. I really should have just let this play, shouldn't I? Yeah, so here he is over here. Actually, no, so I wouldn't have, yeah, I just missed it entirely. It wouldn't have made a difference. So Yellow's coming in. What's he going for? War factories. Yeah, okay, so this is a good move. This is why Teal had no tanks when these guys started pushing, because Yellow has come and basically wiped out all these war factories. And that's really hurt Teal's production. The AIs and the rockets are taking a few out, but that's what war factory number 4 gone now. Dropping a few bombs, take out some rocket guys. Very effective, just freed up 20 spots in the infantry unit limit. So he's lost all of them, but he had his MiGs there ready, and so did Blue. So that's how they've managed to exchange some MiGs there. Orange got a couple of extra helicopters out of that, but yeah, really team 1 now, my team on the left, we're really on the back foot. So 3 war factories here. Cobra's just not going to be able to build anything. Orange and green, and myself green, we're getting a few units out, but you can see, I've come forward to meet that first thrust to try and cover because Teal's weak. And, I needed to. Like, Red's still outnumbering us here. But, that's cost me a lot of tanks. Cost Orange some tanks. We're now covering here as well. We're already stretched. And this is when these other guys start to move up. Blue gets a few tanks in, starts to scout my base. I've got a few anti-air cannons out now. Lots of rockets, so I'm okay for air, but yeah, tanks, that never helps when the tanks find out where everything is. So yeah, spread out rockets are also good for those scouting tanks as well. They can be quite effective. But so that's cleaned up there. So I didn't show him my MCV. Let's just check.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Acknowledged.
So I haven't given away my MCV yet, but
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
these guys have been sort of scouted.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
They can see from where my rockets have been firing, so they have some, but
Construction
Acknowledged.
complete.
not really any of the
Unit
buildings.
ready. Building.
But yeah, as we saw before, these guys are just pushing hard now. They've got overwhelming numbers, bringing more and more across. Blue's gone hard on the V2s. And yeah, this is where the mystery of the queuing, like I've got 8 war factories just like they do. I've got tons of cash, and I mean, I know sometimes I forget to queue them up, or the queue runs down and I don't top it up in time. But also, just sometimes the build order, like when you're on the unit limit, and everyone's queued up, who gets to build the next tank? Like, I don't understand how that gets decided in the engine. It can be really frustrating because when you're in this position, like if I'd been chewing out, like if it had all been equal, I would have been pumping out tanks at the same rate. So would Orange. He's got quite a few. Teal's getting back on track, but I mean these guys are just getting heaps. Like I don't understand just how, it just doesn't always make a lot of sense. But anyway, we were on the back foot before that, so I'm not going to complain too much. But it's just a weird quirk when the unit limit gets full. Blue's pushing in now. Really just a matter of time. Skip forward a few minutes. And yeah, I mean, we're still in it. We're sort of regrouping a little bit. Looks like they've been taking out my war factories with the MiGs. These guys are just getting organised, but they're just going to be able to creep forward and snipe with V2s now. Here's yellow. Okay, he's captured the island and built a pen here to bring some tanks across, which I've had to respond to. Still got my economy intact, still got a lot of anti-air, but yeah, obviously the front door's wide open now. And you can see, with what, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 13 or so MiGs, even with my anti-air, he's able to snipe a war factory whenever he feels like. And that's pretty well the game. Red's just pushing around just to get himself organised. Yellow's there, holding ground. These guys have got a ton of tanks to bring forward. Blue's doing that now. So Orange has ended up with a fair bit of production there. Looks like I've copped the brunt so far, and Teal's recovered, but way too late by this stage. And he's only got V2s here. They're just going to die real quick. They do not have any armour. Red looks like he hasn't moved. And yellow's in Teal's base now. Blue's in mine. Game's winding down. Couple of bombs, which work sometimes. Yeah, on this, I don't know how it works in the game normally, but on this map, because you're routinely hitting the unit limit, if you can't build any more infantry on the map, the paratroopers will drop as para bombs. But if you have no air limit available on the map, neither a spy plane or paratrooper or parabomb will work. It simply won't spawn. That can get annoying later in the game. If you haven't spied the other team, you're really at a disadvantage. You can't use your air. There's no GPS. It can get frustrating. So yeah, just a bit of a tip Red's moving in now. Orange is just using his choppers a bit, but there's no real point. Yellow is just sending wave after wave of MiGs in. Quite effective just to destroy production in the middle of a battle while your tanks are engaging other tanks. And your rockets are busy on firing at tanks, they won't fire at your MiGs. Blue's just walking in now, he's all V2s. I guess V2s do come into their own against the rockets. Very annoying though, the way I've got them spread out, like it is, you're only ever killing one rocket at a time. But obviously this stage of the game doesn't really matter. He's dealing with those and he's just going to move those in. Sending his MiGs over too. He's not even bothering to group them because he's just clearly got the game won. He's just routed them from the north a little bit just to avoid some anti-air. It's gone for my refinery there, wasn't enough. I think the refinery's hit points are buffed on this map. So it does take a few more than you would think. But there's nothing like the MCVs or the Teslas or the Cruisers. Yellow's in now, this is what I was talking about before. One V2 in here is just going to take out tons of rockets in one go. Now getting a few V2s, but you know, obviously it's not going to change the outcome. Yellow, more MiG waves, and got his tanks in the middle. And yeah, Red's in here now, taking on these MCVs. My MCV won a few minutes ago. Blue's siding up. So yeah, it was an okay start, but these guys just got the better of us on the build order, and we were really behind it the whole time. I'm just sending my ore trucks in, maybe over to scout. See how far they get. Yeah, I mean, you can see we managed, what, 1, 2, 3 spy planes and didn't, you know. Yeah, we can see some MCVs, but we never really had the air power to threaten. Maybe if Orange had used his choppers, not sure what time that got spotted, but okay, that's the game done. So yeah, like the air defense up here, it wasn't super strong, so maybe we could have done something there, but oh well, what can you do? Anyway, that's this one done. Yeah, thanks for watching.